Breaking news for green card holders. Starting October 2025, the U.S. Citizenship Civics test is getting a major overhaul. With more questions, tougher passing scores, and a new digital format, this change could impact your naturalization journey in a big way. If you're planning to become a U.S. citizen, you need to know exactly what's coming and how to prepare to pass with confidence. Don't risk delays or surprises. Watch this now to get all the crucial details. First, let's quickly recap what the civics test is and why it matters. The U.S. Citizenship Civics test is a fundamental part of the naturalization interview. It assesses your knowledge of American history, government, and civic principles. Passing this test is a legal requirement to become a naturalized U.S. citizen. For many years, the civics test has consisted of up to 100 questions, from which applicants are asked up to 10 during their interview, and they must answer at least 6 correctly to pass. The questions cover topics such as the Constitution, the branches of government, important historical figures, and the rights and responsibilities of citizens. However, the new rules coming into effect in October 2025 will overhaul this system. The changes aim to improve the fairness, transparency, and relevance of the test, while also ensuring that applicants have a meaningful understanding of the civic principles that underpin American democracy. One of the most notable changes is the expansion of the question pool. The new test will have up to 128 questions, including updated and modernized content that reflects recent developments and broader representation of American history and culture. The updated questions will emphasize a deeper understanding of constitutional principles, voting rights, civil rights, and the responsibilities that come with citizenship. This means applicants will need to study more thoroughly and understand not just facts but the context behind them. Another key change is the introduction of a tiered testing approach based on age and length of permanent residency. For example, applicants over a certain age with long-term residency might receive a simplified test, while younger applicants will face the full range of questions. This tiered system is designed to balance fairness with rigor, recognizing that different applicants have different capabilities and needs, but maintaining the overall goal of ensuring new citizens understand their rights and duties. In addition to the question updates, the test format itself will change. The test will be administered with updated digital tools in many USCIS offices, aiming to streamline the process and reduce human error during scoring. This digital approach also allows for more consistent administration nationwide. To pass the new civics test, applicants will need to correctly answer 12 out of 20 questions, up from the previous requirement of 6 out of 10. This higher standard means that more thorough preparation is essential. So, what should you do to prepare? First, familiarize yourself with the official USCIS study materials, which will be updated ahead of the rollout. These include flashcards, practice tests, study guides, and instructional videos designed to cover all 128 questions. Using multiple resources will help reinforce your knowledge. In addition to official materials, many community organizations, adult education centers, and online platforms offer free or low-cost citizenship classes that incorporate the new content. Another great strategy is joining a study group or working with a tutor who understands the new test format. Practice interviews can also help you get comfortable with the question style and reduce test anxiety. Keep in mind that English proficiency remains a critical part of the naturalization process. The civics test will continue to be administered in English, and applicants must demonstrate their ability to read, write, and speak basic English. There are exceptions for older applicants with long-term residency, but the majority will need to prepare their English skills alongside civics knowledge. It's also worth noting that the USCIS is committed to providing reasonable accommodations for applicants with disabilities or special needs, including language assistance or alternative test formats. If you believe you qualify, make sure to request accommodations early in your application process. Now, let's discuss how these changes might affect your application timeline and interview experience. With a more comprehensive test and updated procedures, some applicants may find the interview takes longer or feels more challenging. Preparing well in advance will help you stay confident and reduce stress. If you're already in the process of applying for naturalization before October 2025, your civics test will still be based on the current rules. The new rules will apply only to applicants whose interviews occur on or after the October 2025 date. This means that timing your application can be important, especially if you feel more comfortable with the current test format. However, given the inevitable transition, it's advisable to begin studying for the new test sooner rather than later. Another important aspect is the community impact. These changes reflect a broader effort by the government to promote civic engagement and encourage new citizens to actively participate in democracy. Understanding the rights and responsibilities of citizenship is not just a formality, it's essential for building informed, active communities. We also want to talk about the consequences of not passing the civics test under the new rules. If you don't pass the test on your first attempt, USCIS allows a second chance within 60 to 90 days. Failing the second time may delay your naturalization process and require you to reapply, so thorough preparation is key. If you need extra help, there are many resources available. Non-profit organizations like Catholic Charities, the International Rescue Committee, and local immigrant support groups often provide free citizenship classes, study materials, and mock tests tailored to the new format. In addition, USCIS regularly updates its website with the latest information, official study tools, and announcements. Bookmarking their site and signing up for newsletters can keep you informed about any further changes or helpful tips. Finally, let's address some common questions applicants have about the new civics test rules. One question is, will the test be harder than before? The answer is yes and no. The test covers more questions and requires more correct answers to pass, so it is objectively more challenging. However, the updated materials and clearer guidelines aim to help applicants prepare better than ever before. Another common question is, can I bring a translator or interpreter? Generally, the civics test is conducted in English without translators, but USCIS provides exceptions for applicants who qualify due to age or disability. It's important to check eligibility for exceptions carefully. People often ask, how often can I retake the test if I fail? USCIS allows a second attempt within a set period, but failing twice may require restarting the naturalization application. Preparing thoroughly before your first test is the best strategy. Lastly, some applicants wonder if studying for the civics test will guarantee success. While no test guarantees success, comprehensive preparation using official resources and practice can dramatically increase your chances of passing on the first try. To summarize, the new civics test rules starting October 2025 represent a major shift in the USCIS naturalization process. They bring updated content, higher standards, and a digital testing approach designed to ensure new citizens have a meaningful understanding of American history and government. If you're planning to become a U.S. citizen, don't wait to start preparing. Get familiar with the new materials, use the many resources available, and practice consistently. Your citizenship journey is an important step, and being well prepared will help you succeed.